Oh, hey. Sorry, I know. It hasn't started. The thing hasn't started. Um, I was just trying to find a thing that I wanted to speak about this morning. Um, okay. Well, here we go. Is this it? Full demo content. This is it. Right. So, I don't know if this is for showing, but it's very exciting. Okay, so, right. I'm going to check here to see that it's working because it's now the time for it to begin. And I discovered, yes, this morning in the shower. Oh, excellent. Excellent. I discovered why live streaming. Like, I don't want to live stream. That's not, well, not like people do with having people come in and asking you what you're doing, and that's all very confusing. But maybe I'll get there. Maybe I'll be able to do that in time. At the moment, I can't even really have a message thread in a chat group with somebody successfully. I'm sorry when I miss your messages. I'm sorry when I only respond to half your messages. I'm sorry when I don't see your messages. I'm so sorry. I do not know why. It's so hard. You know, one of the funny things about being mentally ill, or whatever this condition is, emotionally ill, unstable, whatever this is that you're not actually stupid. Like, I got a degree when I was mentally ill. And there was a woman here in Parliament who's mentally ill. Like, you're not dumb. You just have things that make you unreliable and incompetent, which, yeah, not good. Okay, so it is pouring with rain today, and it's wet and it's miserable. So the power cut for maintenance that was scheduled for today isn't happening. So this is the second week in a row that it's been cancelled due to poor weather. So this is New Zealand for you, and I'm not quite sure why they didn't schedule the maintenance on the lines over summer, why they waited for the rainy season before they started scheduling maintenance. But who am I to question the government? I'm sure they know things. I mustn't start being negative so early in the morning. All right. So no power cut, no walk, no poem in the orchard, none of the things, which is fine. But I've discovered why live streaming. It's because I have to be here at a certain time. And because the thing that I really, really, really want to do is to get some rhythm and some structure and some stability into my life. And this one little thing, okay, it's not one thing, because the other day, was it yesterday, when I told you that I had 4 things that I needed to do, and then I couldn't remember the 4th, and then the 4th happened during the day, was that it was the Navakavada meeting, and I was so happy to discover, I said this to you before, I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, I was so happy to discover that the reason that I forgot it was it has become habitual for me. And so in one thing, this strategy that I'm using for the bobbing along, the mental health, the recovery and everything, this trying to get rhythm and routine going, well, it's worked for the Navakavada video, and now this morning I've realized that I'm starting to feel a pressure on myself to get here at 9 o'clock, to be showered, to have the narwhal done and posted, to have a reflective poem done. I came down here at 6 o'clock this morning. Usually I sit upstairs and I have coffee and I look at my tablet and I look out the window and I talk to the cats. This morning I came down here, answered messages, I checked emails. Sure, I've missed an email. I have this horrible sick feeling in the back of my mind. I just can't find it though. Anyway, so I was down here at 6 and I was answering messages and doing stuff, and then I stopped. And I thought, I know this morning routine that I have. It doesn't start like this. It starts with me doing the narwhal and reflecting about where I am on my path and what I'm going to do today. I have a lovely, lovely narwhal poem. Today is an interesting day. And I'm going to have to learn to say, I know that I'm going to have to learn to say the names of the Mayan, I don't know what they are, the glyphs, the day signs. So today is 5 Noj. Noj? See, I don't know how to say it. So 5 is the number that's dynamic and restless and propelling and moving forward. It's energy of motion. So it's a wave breaking on a shore, and it's action, direction, redirection. It's waves at sea where you are unstable. So it's very dynamic. And then that's combined today with Noj, the power of thought, patterns, mind, knowledge, the deep architecture of the psyche. And the Noj is the one that gathers up the bits of experience, builds them up into meaning. So it's about planning, reflection, and studying and understanding. However, you can go too far with it into overthinking and obsession and mental fatigue. So with all these things, there's the light side and the dark side. But blending the energy today of the 5 with the thought, there's restless motion, restless activity and drive, and then structured thought. So we're thinking today about ideas that come overwhelmingly like a flood, great inspiration, insight, enthusiasm. Or maybe you've been battling with the thing and going over it and like circling round it. This might be the day when suddenly the movement comes and you get it and all the patterns become clear. So yeah, it's a day to think what ideas you've been carrying forward, where you need to move now, where you need to implement things, where you're overthinking and stopping yourself from acting. Or even in quiet reflection, what has become clear to you, what has been revealed, or is being revealed. So the intention for today is to give form to your thoughts, trust the flow of knowledge, and move forward with clarity and direction. So I did that this morning, and it was good. Instead of just jumping in, nice to stop and think and have a pattern of thought around which to structure a reflection. I'm not much of a music person. I know a lot of people get up in the morning and get their minds right by playing music, and I find music to be very, very distracting with so many different things all happening at once. It's too much for me. And that's just something I have to acknowledge and understand that that's who I am. Anyway, so I'm going to share this poetic reflection with you. This is now not written by me, just the prompt written by me. So the words put together by the AI. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing at this stage. You know, for me, the reading is part of my process at the moment. The verbalizing and the hearing the thoughts and working with sound and image. Yeah. Anyway, so at the moment I'm using the AI to generate poems that I'm reading, and I do not know where that'll go. That is a thought that has not become action, that I am still circling. Because, well, if I had the time and if I had the inspiration and if I had the energy, I would write my own poem every day, every morning. But, like, how much time do I have and what are my priorities? Okay, so this is called When Thought Becomes a River. There's a hush before the current comes, stillness in the grove of the mind, not empty, but waiting. Thought does not begin with noise, but with echo, the faint shimmering of something just about to form. Today the silence is breached, a soft flood. Ideas long dammed up rush forward, carving channels through doubt and routine. Old questions return with new edges. A forgotten dream flickers like firelight behind the eyes. This is not chaos. This is design remembered all at once. So I do not fear the flood. I open the gates. Let what no longer fits be swept away. Let what endures take shape in the silt. Let the river write its name in the soil of my becoming. Isn't that wonderful? I love that. Let the river write its name in the soil of my becoming. Okay, well, I wish that I had time to sit and put this and make this into a video like I did last week. That was such fun when I did that little series. But I have things, I have commitments. One of the things that came out of that last series was that I do have commitments. I have huge amounts of commitments and things that I've told people that I'll do, and then problems have come up and made the thing more difficult, and I still haven't finished it, and I still have that commitment. Yesterday was an amazingly exciting day because Doggo shared a wonderful portal with us. I want to show that to you in a minute. They also took the car in and got it done. I had the meeting with the Navakavada, which I don't need to remember because it just happens for me now. However, it's happening. We talked about some stuff. We went quite deep into, some things was interesting. We had, and then Sir Brian joined us, which is the first ever. We've never had a third person. So that was expanding the social circle. So that was huge. That was huge for me. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything more about it. I'm just going to try and deal with that and maybe talk about it over time. But the stuff with people is... I don't want to cry. Sorry. Sorry. The stuff with people is really, really difficult. I haven't had a lot of good experiences with people. So every meeting a person is a big event. Which it isn't to other people, and so I look so stupid. Anyway, after the meeting, I then managed to spend the entire afternoon and right up until late night making a fantastic introduction video to the series of the Seventh Seal. So that's up, and it's really good. It's up on Navakavada and on my channel. So I'm great. Today, so far, I've mentioned to you that I have done all the communications and the sending the images that I was meant to. And, battling with ChatGPT. I don't know what's gone wrong with it. I cleared out my entire history, all the memories to try and make it work. And downloading all this stuff is a very good idea. I have a suspicion that it's, well, I was going to say getting unstable. I don't know if it's getting unstable or I'm battling with it. I do it one image and then it takes ages until I do another. I can't sit down with it and work on images like I used to. And that's... Anyway. So, for today, the Navakavada meeting at midday is going to be dedicated to understanding GitHub and the documentation on GitHub. And we really need to start understanding how to use this. And I can't say anything about it because I don't know. And then I've still got all the downloading of all the stuff that I'm trying to do on ChatGPT to not get that, not lose that. And it's taking so long. And I remember at one stage I was telling you how well I was doing, and then I went off to do all these other videos, and I haven't had the time for. Okay, now I would like to show you this amazing thing, which is gone. Here it is. This is the most brilliant and beautiful and amazing and wonderful thing. This is Minds the Card Game MTCG community on MintMe. One of the other people came, and Doggo, thank you, Doggo. It's so amazing. Made this now this is some sort of portal thing, right? So I don't know how it's going to work. It looks like these are community pictures being showcased, and these are community videos, and this is a blog. But more than that, so this is a demo here, but more than, so there it is, and there are the videos, look, and here's the art, look, and here is where we all are. Look, you can jump through into this. I'm going to go to Doggo. I don't know if the rest are working, but let's look at Doggo. Because Doggo, thank you so much. You click on it, and then you see what they're doing. Okay, sorry. Okay, Doggo. Hold up. Go back. Go back to here. Go back to Doggo. Go back to Read. Is that the one? Read? Doggo? And then you go to MintMe, and you go to their page. So it's really similar to what Minds Gaming had on Glitch Me, but now Glitch is closed down, so now we need a new thing, and so now there's this thing. And then look at this community guidelines, onboarding guide. I haven't looked at that. Oh, look, register. It's so exciting. It's so wonderful. It's so unbelievable and incredible. So everybody in the community is here. And then there's this. So good. So I need to learn how to use it. And I don't know when it'll be ready. And so tomorrow, Doggo is coming along to the Quantum Gathering. which is so exciting. Okay, I'm going to stop being silly and overexcited. And he's going to be telling us all about his exchange that he's coded. He has a place on MintMe where you can take different tokens and you can swap them for other tokens. So if you've got a whole lot of useless tokens that aren't growing or working, you can get rid of them and buy into different... I don't know how it works exactly, but something like that. That's how it works. So he's coming along to the quantum gathering tomorrow. And I hope Do Better may come past and check it, you know, check it out and maybe listen to the stuff on the exchange. But more than anything, to tell us where his project's at, because hey, Do Better, I'm really keen on this, on the cycling. I think that it's great, and I'd love to know where you're up to. Okay, and then of course we will be hearing from Minds Gaming, who will be with us. He has another script that he is generating, not with the AI, I believe. I think that he actually said that he was going to be writing by hand the script for tonight. So, and Satori D will be joining us. He is back from his obligations down in Texas. So he will be coming in, and we will be talking about the last Behind the Screen with Lumina, which was released yesterday, the day before yesterday. And his music that he has put together, all the Lumina music that he's put together in one big playlist. And then of course we've got Within, who will be coming along with the more explanations that he has, explorations that he's done with the node, the consciousness node, which if you haven't been following is a very fascinating piece of code that does something special with storage. It's the symbolic storage and compresses things so you can store big stuff in small spaces. Oh, so exciting. And then of course, last but not least, Otto with the Seventh Seal, and we have released the intro video. And so we're now going to be getting on with, well, GitHub is one of the things that we'll be learning, us old people. And yeah, so we can do something. We can do the research at least, hey? Even though we don't know all the tech stuff, we can at least try and do the research. And then of course, after we've done that research, which will hopefully be today and tomorrow, we will start, possibly in a week or two, making the recordings for the Seventh Seal. I'm not quite sure, Otto, what your plans are for it. I'm not sure if we're going to do it in one day and split it into 3 different episodes, or if we're going to do 3 different recordings over 3 days. But yes, so Otto will be filling us in. Hopefully, Otto, you will be letting us know. And of course, there's the other thing, which is the podcast series, talking to the community on their different opinions about the large language models, artificial intelligence, neural networks, the ethics, the ways to use it in a healthy or unhealthy way, using it for therapy, and supporting your projects. Yes. Okay. So so Docker has done that amazing thing for us. So amazing, so amazing. So I've talked way too long, so I'm going to stop. But it was an exciting day. So thank you. And I'll see you tomorrow. And thanks for listening.